If someone asked you, what is the longest anime ever, what would come to mind? Maybe Naruto with 720 episodes, or an entire series like Dragon Ball spanning over many seasons adding up to 831 episodes. Or maybe you thought you were smart and picked One Piece with 1,122 episodes. But I'm sorry to break the news that this isn't even close to how long the longest anime ever is. In fact, you could combine all of these and not even be close to the number of episodes this anime has. If you are a little more knowledgeable in the art of anime, you might think I'm talking about Sazae-San, an anime that's been airing in Japan since the 1960s at a whopping 2,771 episodes. But this still isn't even the longest. 2,000 episodes is not even half the length of this anime. So now I bet I have your attention. The anime I'm talking about is Haruhi Suzumiya. Okay, please listen before you comment. If you know what this anime is, you're probably rolling your eyes cause it's only 28 episodes long, you idiot. But that's only on the surface. In fact, with a little bit of math and logic, this anime is in reality around 15,000 episodes long, and this is because in the second season of the anime, there's an arc titled Endless 8 where the characters are stuck in a time loop, experiencing the same summer thousands and thousands of times. So technically, while this anime is only 28 episodes long, it'll take thousands of more times to see every loop, since every loop is slightly different. But first, let's go over some background. Haruhi Suzumiya is a very weird anime, to be honest. I went into this anime thinking it's gonna be some basic romance slice of life anime, but I was so wrong. The first couple of episodes do appear that way when this high schooler boy named Kion meets a super chaotic wild girl in his class named Haruhi. Haruhi talks about the world being boring and how she wishes there were aliens and time travelers and stuff. Kion suggests that Haruhi should start a club at the school for finding weird things going on in the world and solving mysteries. Haruhi loves this idea and forms the SOS Brigade. They start their club in the same room as the old literacy club, which is no longer running because reading is boring. But there is one girl, however, who is part of the literacy club named Nagato, but she says she'll join the SOS club instead. Haruhi also finds this freshman girl named Asahina and forces her to join the club, and later there's also this exchange student named Koizumi who also joins. So everything seems pretty normal at first, right? Just some kids trying to solve some mysteries like frickin' Scooby-Doo or something. But then in episode 3, things take a turn. So Nagato tells Kion she wants to talk to him after school, so Kion agrees to go to this chick's house, where she reveals herself to be an alien. She also says how her mission on Earth, since she was created 3 years ago, is to watch Haruhi and report everything back to this thought entity. Nagato says how she has recently noticed some irregularities around Haruhi due to Kion, and turns out this girl Haruhi has some godlike powers and anything she wishes becomes reality. Kion is important to Haruhi for some reason, and she chose him. Whatever the frick that means. Nagato then drops a crazy plot twist. Every one of the members in this club have joined not by chance, but because the universe revolves around Haruhi, and she wished for them to join. So Asahina, the freshman girl, is a person from the future, Nagato's an alien thing, and this dude Koizumi is an Esper, which is just some guy with these powers. All the people in this club besides Kion are on a mission to watch Haruhi and make sure she does not destroy the universe, because she has the power to erase everything, apparently. Over the course of the first 11 episodes, the anime is a journey through time where one second they're hanging out in the classroom, dressing up as bunny girls, and then the next second, they're fighting a giant bug grasshopper. A few days later, Kion is at school late, and this girl who is also an alien tries to kill him, but don't worry, Nagato can input some commands into the world like Minecraft and kill her no problem. Then the following day, Kion and Asahina get stuck 3 years ago, but it's okay, they find Nagato again, who tells them to lay down and sleep, to which then she freezes the time in that room for 3 years, while the outside world is moving, and they are frozen in time until they get back to the date they are from. So it only feels like a second passed for them, but in actuality, 3 years passed. You got all that? Did that make sense? Alright, good. Then Kion and Asahina meet back up with the group, and Haruhi is like, hey, we should go to this deserted island mansion place. And they go there, and this guy lets them stay with him. Then the mansion guy keeper gets stabbed, blah blah blah. Now we get to the craziest arc in the anime, so freaking sit tight. This anime arc is titled Endless 8, and it is the meat of the video, so it's going to be a bit complicated. Now the first episode in this 8-episode arc starts out pretty normal. Haruhi and the rest of the group go on all these outings during their summer vacation. They go to the pool, they go to the Bond Festival, they do goldfish scooping, catch bugs, work a part-time job together, look at the stars, go to a batting cage, go to the beach, and so much more. After these 2 weeks of hanging out and doing things constantly, Haruhi still doesn't seem satisfied, and she says how she wishes summer break could go on forever. On the last day their break together, the last thing Haruhi says before she leaves is that she had a fun time and she'll see them at school in the club room on Monday. Kyon then goes home and goes to sleep and wakes up from a call from Haruhi in the morning. She tells him to meet her and the rest of the gang at the pool, and they're going to do lots of stuff over their summer break. Then Haruhi and the rest of the club go on all these outings during their summer vacation. They go to the pool, they go to a bond festival, do goldfish scooping, catch bugs, work a part-time job together, look at the stars, go to a batting cage, go to the beach, and so much more. But Kyon starts getting this feeling of deja vu, but he just brushes it off. After these 2 weeks of hanging out and doing things constantly, Haruhi still doesn't seem satisfied, and she says how she wishes summer break could go on forever. But their summer is over, and the last thing she says before she leaves is that she'll see them in the club room on Monday. That's when it hits Kyon. This happened before, and he and the rest of the group realize they're stuck in a time loop. Kyon tries to stop Haruhi before she leaves, but he doesn't know what to say. So the next day he wakes up to a call from Haruhi, and he is 2 weeks back in the past, starting his summer break all over again. The more times this cycle repeats, and the more Kyon and the rest of the members experience this time loop, the more they realize they are stuck in a loop and they realize what is going to happen next. Asahina confirms this when she tries to go back to the future since she's a time traveler, but she can't because time does not exist past September 1st, which is when the time loop repeats itself. Nagato then chimes in and explains that they have experienced the same 2 weeks, not 100 times, not 1,000 times, not 10,000 times, but this has happened 15,532 times. Kyon, Koizumi, and Asahina have only experienced a bit of deja vu, but Nagato, since she's an alien, is not affected by the loop and has remembered all 15,532 repetitions of their summer break, which comes out to 595 years that they have all lived through. Every single time, Kyon has become aware he's stuck in a loop, but it's too late when he finds out because Haruhi has already left, resetting the loop, and they're back at the start. So he is now set on finding a way to make Haruhi stop the time loop. Kyon realizes there must have been a hint in something Haruhi said in the past 2 weeks, and if he doesn't do anything, they'll be stuck in this loop for all of eternity. So after all of these thousands of attempts, the way he breaks the loop is kinda dumb, to be honest. So Kyon puts off his homework all summer, so the very last thing he wants to do on his summer break with the rest of the group is to get everyone to meet at his house the following day to work on his summer homework with him. Bro, you're telling me it took him 600 years to figure this out? Anyway, Haruhi is finally satisfied with their summer and the time loop is now broken and the group can go back to their regular lives. But after watching this arc, I had a question. How long would it actually take to watch every single episode in the loop, since every loop is slightly different? Nagato even points out these differences because on a couple of loops, they never went to a fireworks show, and on others, they didn't work a part-time job. I'm not going to go through all the math because that would take way too freaking long, but there's another guy on YouTube who's already made a very good video on it, and he came up with the math that it would take 231.4 days straight to watch an episode for every loop. This would make you experience everything Nagato saw, which must have been very draining and very lonely. Imagine just freaking experiencing the same events for over 600 years with everyone around you forgetting their memories constantly. Another side note is I also want to add for all 8 episodes in this arc, the storylines are practically the same, but every scene is reanimated and every line is revoiced over, since the way they say the sentences are a little bit different and the way things play out are slightly different as well. So all these episodes aren't just copy and pasted, they're all slightly different, which I love because you can see the dedication the team had. Anyway, that was my brief, weird explanation of the anime you can never finish, Haruhi Suzumiya. Subscribe because I have a lot more weird anime videos on the way. So that's it for now, and I love you guys.